How to Be a Bawse, A Guide to Conquering Life, by Lilly Singh, author. Summary. How to Be a Bawse briefly explores the life of YouTube superstar Lilly Singh and offers straightforward, yet practical advice on how to conquer your fears, follow your dreams, and learn to use failures to your advantage in order to build the life you want to live. Lilly Singh is a YouTube sensation that rose to fame in the previous decade due to the funny videos she was posting frequently on the platform. Her audience quickly rose to millions and followed her triumphant journey from just another YouTuber to a role model for teenagers worldwide. Even though Lilly's life revolves around meeting with celebrities, writing books, playing in movies, and overall living a remarkable life in any way possible, this wasn't always the case. In fact, How to Be a Bawse delves into her early years dealing with depression, fighting with anxiety, and feeling like her dreams are too big. So how did she rise from those negative feelings and build the life she wanted? Let's explore that by looking at 3 of my favorite lessons from the book. Work on becoming more self-centered and conquering your fears before you hop on your becoming journey. At first, you need a vision, and only then you can start training your mind to achieve it. Time and people are 2 aspects of your life that you need to set straight if you want to become successful. Although succinct, these lessons have the power to change your life if you pay attention to them. Let's explore them in detail and make the most out of each one. Lesson 1. Before you try to achieve the ultimate success you've been dreaming of, learn to become self-aware. A journey of adventure, excitement, and self-discovery awaits you. Before beginning your journey into exploring your relationship with yourself, becoming more self-centered and conquering your fears is important. Reaching that self-awareness implies going through 3 layers of each issue to reach the root cause of your problem. The first layer is the pretext you use to cover your problem when dealing with other people. The second layer is the excuse you tell yourself that prevents you from reaching your dreams. The third layer implies a lie that makes sense when you say it out loud or to yourself, something like there's not enough time for you to fulfill that dream. There's a fourth and invisible layer, which is the past trauma that still affects the way you make decisions. When you overcome these layers, you can move past your inner anxieties and finally see what causes them. You can then choose not to respond to those triggers. In a nutshell, this is what self-awareness is all about, and it's truly essential for anyone looking to chase their dreams to see. Remember that whenever someone tries to bring you down, whatever they say is usually a reflection of themselves. Learn to shake those people off. Now, having a clear mind to work with, you'll have to learn how to train it for success. Lesson 2. Every great dream starts with a vision and continues with a well-trained mind for success. Say you've got a dream of a vision. That's awesome. The first thing you want to do to achieve it is to imagine it to the very last detail so that you know what you're aiming for. Try a vision board or manifesting it every morning before you start your day. People often have an idea of what their desired life looks like, but they're too afraid of the unachievable to even think about it. Don't be one of those people. Make a plan by setting goals and breaking them down into smaller objectives. The tough part is to actually go through with them, but the author has a piece of advice that will help you overcome procrastination and distraction. Try training your mind by setting a time frame in which you need to fulfill a task. Beat those records, if possible, by challenging yourself more and more. Perhaps you work better with a reward in mind. So try locking your phone with your data off and unlocking it only after the task is completed. Remember about your break time if you want to avoid becoming burnt out. A great way to deal with stress is through meditation, the author suggests. All you need is a quiet place and a breathing exercise to get you through a meditation session. Lastly, learn to eliminate distractions. If you're always on your phone, it's probably due to the constant flow of notifications. Turn your Wi-Fi off during work. Lesson 3. The way you treat time and the circle you surround yourself with can be 2 of the most valuable assets in your life. Procrastination is a common problem for many workers. It's easy to get distracted by other tasks that seem more important or to get overwhelmed by the sheer number of things you need to do. If you've ever had trouble with procrastination, you know how hard it can be to get started. One way to overcome it is by imposing deadlines on yourself. Deadlines are a great way to keep yourself on track and make the most out of stress, instead of letting it inhibit your performance. Surround yourself with a positive, constructive circle that will lift you up. For example, if you're working on a project at work and you have a deadline looming over your head, talk about the project with someone who is equally excited about it and who will help keep you focused whenever they get together. If you're not careful, procrastination and the wrong people will keep you going backward in your career. Treating time, money, and people like they're not valuable assets will cost you dearly in the long haul. Without realizing it, many people find themselves losing years of their lives with meaningless days lived without a purpose. That's why you need a vision, a constructive circle to rely on and dream with, and a schedule to help you overcome procrastination.